Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing today? It's Mr. Griffin, Mr. Eric, back with another little art project. This is actually an art project. I think I found this in my box of art examples. I think this is something you guys can easily find online. I believe I probably found this somewhere. I don't know, Pinterest, something a long time ago. But this is just a little example of a fun little Easter project. I know Easter was yesterday. If you're still doing Easter project or little eggs or chickens or spring little things, this might be a fun little example that you could do. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of change it up so we're not doing this exact same one. I think literally this is a copy of one of the ones that I had found. So I'm going to go ahead and change it up, and we're going to give an example of how to do one a little bit different, but we're going to kind of still focus on the same way of doing it. So if you want to follow along, you need a pencil and a piece of paper, and we're going to do these just little simple curves at first, okay? So starting off probably on the edge of the piece of paper, maybe don't start right on the corner, maybe start on the edge. We're going to draw 3 humps. Now you could do more if you wanted, and you can do, I think it's best to kind of like you let your imagination go overboard. Try your best to do your own, but I'm going to go ahead and do one little curve this way, just a little curve. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm drawing lightly because we're going to outline this with black later. And then right connected to it, go ahead and draw a second little curve. These are going to be our eggs and our chickens and all sorts of stuff that you can come up with. If you wanted to have a fox or a cat, something kind of cute, funny that might be hiding in amongst all the eggs. All right, so we got those 3. Now you're going to just move up the line. Maybe you're going to do like 3 or 4. This time I'm going to start off the edge of the piece of paper. And I'm going to actually just go right on the top of it. And then we can still connect on and do a second one. Now, if it goes a little bit off, that's fine, not a big deal. Here's my third one. This one's moved a little bit. I think this piece of paper is bigger than the other example that I have. There you go, and that's a 4th one. And then we're going to do one more little row, and we're only going to put 3. I'm only going to put 1 in the middle of each of these. If you want to do more, that's fine. I'm going to just kind of do 1 up top. I'm going to leave room for sky or clouds or whatever. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to separate them a little bit. This is going to be like the last of my egg carton. Think of it like that, as in it's a little egg carton that's got these eggs and these chickens. I hope everybody had a good Easter. Actually, I know this if you're watching this sometime later, maybe in the future, this is Easter 2020, and so we are actually all in quarantine. So we've all been isolated inside our own houses. And Mr. Griffin's an art teacher. He teaches in Missouri, and we just got found out last week that all of the rest of our school year is going to be online. So I've kind of been doing this, and this is just something fun that we can do. So once you have these, I recommend if you looked at this one this week again. If you look at this one, after you get your eggs, I recommend then doing your little animals. I do recommend doing your animals first and spacing them kind of out. This is I think, like I said, this is like a copy of what I saw online. I literally kind of like copied. I didn't finish it. I've had this for a long time. I found it, like I said, in my art box. I decided to do it today as my drawing. So if you have this, I recommend maybe starting off with your animals first. I'm going to do a couple different animals. We're going to go ahead and do an easy chicken. I'll do one similar to that one. We're going to do like a little chicken that's have his beak up here. And just because I'm doing it here does not mean you can't do it anywhere. You can do this little chicken anywhere on your piece of paper. If you want your chicken to be in the middle, great. If you want your chicken to be somewhere else, great. If you want your chicken to be facing in the other direction, everyone say it with me now. Great. I really want you to have fun with it and change it up. Make it your own. Make it unique to you. Um, don't just do the same thing I'm doing because that's what I'm doing. And if you want to do that, I know that definitely is one of my ways of learning. I like to copy. I like to draw from observation, and so I draw what I see. So there's a little chicken. Maybe you want to do another little face. Maybe we want to make. Let's do a chicken that's looking at us. And we're gonna have we're gonna have kind of like crazy eyes. We just kind of have crazy eyes. It doesn't matter. Like this is gonna be kind of something fun that you guys can do. You can make your eyes however you want. It's kind of fun to kind of change up your eyes. That way you have a variety. Um, Maybe this guy, he's gonna be our little duck. So we're gonna make this guy our little duck. So I'm gonna first kind of figure out where I want to put the beak. So I'm gonna kind of make a different little beak. I'm gonna make it look like an actual bill, a duck bill. Duck bill. Woo! Oh, that's DuckTales. I don't know. This is for the 80s and 90s kids out there. I was a big DuckTales kind of fan. I don't know if you guys were. Really did enjoy DuckTales. And if you guys are younger and you don't know what DuckTales are, you can say, Mommy, Daddy, what is he talking about? DuckTales. Oh, woo! It was a great little cartoon. Disney. Mr. Scrooge. It was good. All right. So there's my little duck bill. And you can do let's do more like maybe like an anime. I know a lot of the kids nowadays like the anime kind of eyes, and maybe these aren't called anime eyes. These are just more like baby doll eyes or something, where you put like a little highlight, a little smaller highlight. You kind of do some eyelashes. You got something like that. So I've got different kind of eyes. I got a duck. I got a chicken. I got a rooster or something. Maybe I've got a little sleeping chicken. Now here's what's fun. Now the reason, like I said, I did the animals first, is because of this reason. Maybe you don't want your chickens to just have that, and you want to have like a little puff on top of it, and so you can actually kind of like go up a little bit more. Or maybe like over here, here's another little chicken, and he's gonna have little feathers. That looks like fire. He's on fire then. He's not on fire. He's just got more feathery fire. And this guy down here is actually sleeping. So, like I said before, have fun with your eyes. Make your eyes different. Kind of give variety. So I learned how to do these little sleeping eyes from Dr. Seuss. And actually, the week before, oh, sorry, I was out of screen. The week before spring break for us was Read Across America. And I do a fun Dr. Seuss lesson with all of my kiddos. And so one of the lessons is we have to draw Dr. Seuss characters. And I show them how Dr. Seuss makes different eyes. And this is one of his that he does a lot, is a little sleeping one. So there's that one. And then if you want to get really crazy with it, maybe we need to have, since this is Easter kind of themed, it doesn't have to be. You can easily just do little chickens and eggs, and that can be a spring picture. But I want to go ahead and I want to do. Oh, I don't like that, but I might change that up a little bit. but I've got a. If you can't tell, Mr. Griffin, Mr. Eric, stop talking because he's drawing. He doesn't normally talk and draw at the same time. I can spend hours. I think that's the only time my wife finds a little bit of peace is when I'm drawing. Is I'm just quiet and I just draw and I don't talk. But those are little bunny ears. So this is another reason why we draw all the animals first. Is if you want to do that. Now, I'm going to draw my eyes another little cartoony eye way. We're going to just draw the big old eyes. Big old irises. And then maybe we just draw a little pupil right in the middle right there. And then you can do, once again, like eyelashes, eyelashes, eyelashes. The bunny's got a big old nose or a different color. And I don't care if you don't follow along with me. I'm just trying to copy what I've got coming up for you guys that I got drawn and then try to make it look the same. So maybe put a little button nose. Little button nose. We can do this big old mouth. He's got big old mouth. Little happy face. Now, how do I know that it's a bunny? Yes, Mr. Griffin, it's got bunny ears. I know. You guys already see that. But what's another thing? Oh, it's the buck teeth, Mr. Griffin. Yes, of course it's the buck teeth. So you could do these big old buck. Oh, that's scary. What did I just do? I made fangs. Oopie daisy. That happens. Don't make fangs. That would be weird. Okay. We don't want to make fangs. But I wanted to make a happy little buck teeth, but I kind of like have it a little bit more ratchet, and he looked like he had fangs. So let's not do fangs. If you do, you know what? Have fun with it. Turn it into like if you're as crazy as I am right about now. We've been living in quarantine for a while, so maybe he needs fangs. Killer rabbits, run away! And if you don't know where that's from Monty Python, but you guys probably don't need to watch that either. All right, so talk to your parents about that one. Okay, so now we've got these little animals. Feel free to put more animals. It might be kind of fun to make these all animals. But since we did just have Easter, I'm going to turn the rest of these into like little Easter eggs. So you design them however you want. You could do like a little, just a wavy line coming down, wavy line coming down. You could put just a curve on it, maybe another little curve and put some stuff on there like that. Maybe you want to do a little spike and a little spike, maybe a little spike. You can put little circles and polka dots. Maybe you want to just do other little designs. There's not a right way to decorate eggs. Me and my family, we actually decorated eggs on Easter. So yesterday, we decorated eggs and we had this really fun marbling kit. So all it is this bag kit where you take the Easter eggs and you put them in a bag, and then you put a couple drops of this liquid. Yes, it's dye, I understand, but you put this liquid in there and it kind of just moves around. You're supposed to. We don't read instructions. You're supposed to leave it in the bag to dry, and it gets this marble effect. We all are impatient, and so we took the egg out and let it dry. But our eggs looked great. They were really, really amazing. Now, this little last guy, I'm going to do him like a marbled look. So maybe you just want to like kind of draw some little whoop-de-doops. That's what these are officially called. If you did not know, these are called whoop-de-doops, and I'm completely fibbing. These are just little swirls, spirals. I don't care what you want to do. So have fun with it. But this is what I had done to try to make my egg look marbled. All right. So when you get to this point, what I recommend doing is stopping, erasing, fixing any little things, and then you're going to grab a handy dandy little Sharpie or marker. I'm going to use just a fine liner, but once again it's a 0.8, and I just outline it all the stuff that you want. So you just start from one angle. I am not going to do all this for you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and just start by outlining my bunny. because my bunny was the one that I had some issues with anyways. So once you outline all of the lines that you want, you can actually go back and erase the lines that you don't. And then you're just left with the outline of all of your drawing. And then you can color it however you want. I've shown you before in some of my other ones, some of my other videos. I've got some kind of like cheap, some markers. They're alcohol-based markers, but they're for like beginners. I've got some Copic as well, but you can use any kind of markers. I can't find a lot of my Crayolas. My kids are a little bit older. They don't have a lot of that. I probably have some Crayola, but I have a lot of alcohol-based markers, and so I'm just using a brand called Master Touch. It's a fun brand. It's pretty easy. It's vibrant. It's kind of nice if you were wanting to get started. I've also recommend people to Bionyo. Bionyo's a little bit cheaper brand, but what you do is you outline all this, and then you could take these markers. Oh, here's the Bionyo is actually cheaper. It's a really, really nice brand for. You can get like 70 markers for $40, and I mean it's super, 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 super nice color, pigmentation, saturation. Here's some Master Touch, and then I've got some Copic markers, a lot more expensive. They're about $5 a piece. But these are fun markers. They flow really easily. They go on really easily. But you guys want to see this all in colored. So if you saw the thumbnail of this, I had a finished project that I had already colored. And so this is the end result. Now this is the same drawing that I just did. So I got my bunny. I've got my weird-eyed chicken. I've got my little ducky. I've got a rooster looking up, and I've got a sleeping chicken. And I just kind of colored it however I wanted. Here's kind of like a spiral with the wing ding, whoop-de-whoops, loop-de-loops, swirls kind of pattern and designs like that. But I hope you had fun. If you don't do this year, no big deal. If you're still like me and kind of like holding on to Easter a little bit more, I think this might be something fun to do. I love you guys. Have fun. Be safe. Wash your hands and stay out of public. At least 6 feet apart. All right. Be good. Bye.